Hello everybody, this will be a video about JackNet. JackNet is JackAudio's Ethernet base network connection, so we can run audio over an Ethernet cable. I've got a remote desktop second machine, which is a little Surface tablet, and that's going to run Dolby Atmos Renderer, and then we'll feed it some audio from this machine, which is my laptop. So I've had to do a little bit already because I need to be able to record my voice, but essentially we've got a standard JackAudio session started. Ignore this Sam Surface, that's my Surface tablet. OBS is just what's recording this at the moment, but essentially we've got this Jack instance running, and alongside that we've got something called Net Manager running. Not sure where that's open, down here. And Net Manager is just one of the executables in Jack. I'm just trying to think what it's called. Jack. 1 second. I'll try to remember the name. It's in Jack Load, that's it. So essentially, once you've launched Jack, we have to launch Jack Load as well. You have to do that from the command line. Easiest way to do that, so we're in Program Files, Jack Tools. Easiest way is shift right click, and then open in Terminal, and that'll open you in the same place. And then if you just type Jack, and then you can tab through, and we'll find Jack Load, and essentially we just need to load Net Manager. So just type Net Manager after that. Obviously I've already done this because it's already running, so it'll just say couldn't load it, but essentially what that is doing is allowing the Jack router, the server, to accept incoming and put out outgoing audio to the Surface tablet, basically, which is also going to be running Jack. If I switch over to Jack on the Surface, this is master is Sam Z13, which is my laptop. We've just run that, but we need to run Jack as a slave on my Surface tablet. So the easiest way to do that is, again, navigate to the Jack directory, and this is a command just straight off the Jack server, but it's slightly different. So again, if we do shift right click, open PowerShell window here, we will run this command here, and this is going to instruct Jack to connect using something called Net, which is JackNet, NetJack2 I think it is, and we're saying open 129 input and output ports, because Dolby Atmos Renderer is 128 plus you need 1 for the LTC. So if we run that, just pressing return. Not sure why that's not running. Why is that not running? There we go. It's already running, but essentially that's now set 129 audio channels on this machine. That also exists here. If we open up the graph, we can see Sam's Surface. So this is basically the sort of kind of JackNet, the Net2 connection, and this basically is going to resemble the Dolby Atmos Renderer. I've got an output coming here to OBS that will eventually just accept some audio from the Dolby Atmos renderer. So essentially we're done there. So in terms of how is all this connecting, literally it's just an Ethernet connection, and this isn't even going through a router. I've just got one Ethernet cable going from my tablet going into my laptop, and then each network adapter is basically looking at the other computer as its gateway. But you can do this through a normal router. Your normal broadband router at home should allow you to connect to computers via Ethernet. You might need to get an Ethernet adapter, like USB to Ethernet adapter, if your device doesn't have it. So essentially that is running the Jack server on both computers, but one is running in this kind of net mode so that it can work over Ethernet rather than all locally. So if we just close that down and close that down, and we've got Dolby Atmos Renderer here. If we open up the Dolby Atmos Renderer, sorry you didn't see that bit, but I've just opened up Dolby Atmos Renderer on the Windows machine. If we just undo that and look at our connection, so essentially Sam's surface is the Dolby Atmos renderer, and the inputs are, just trying to show you the settings for the audio. So that I've just set up Dolby Atmos renderer as ASIO, and then using the Jack router as the input and output device. That's simply how that works. So what we'll do, if just hide that, come back to my main laptop, and we'll open up Bitwig. I tried to do this with Pro Tools, but because of the way I've got the Ethernet connection, I can't have Wi-Fi, and if I can't have Wi-Fi, Pro Tools doesn't work because it uses iLok Cloud, and iLok Cloud won't allow this to happen over Ethernet, unfortunately. So I've got a little test song here in terms of how this is all routing. It's just a simple bed tracks. Obviously Dolby Atmos can't communicate with the renderer, but this is good enough to demonstrate that exactly the same connection principle will work with Pro Tools. So essentially, because I've opened up Bitwig, and Bitwig is set to use Jack as well, if we go back to the graph, we've now got Bitwig Studio has now added itself. Unfortunately, it's automatically connected because I've not set a template up for this connection set. But essentially, I'm going to connect the 10 bed channels coming out of Bitwig to the 10 bed channels of Dolby Atmos renderer. So that's essentially connected the renderer now. I've got a LTC plugin running here, LTC time code generator. So what I'll do is we'll connect that. I'll use channel 129 on the renderer, so we'll connect that to channel 129 on the renderer, and that's that. So we've got our bed going into the renderer. The renderer's coming out. I'll put it into OBS because I need to record it, and then I'm just outputting it to my headphones here, just so I can hear what I'm doing. So that should be that. If I've minimized the Dolby Atmos renderer just so we can see everything that's happening. So actually, let's try and move this around a bit better. So the renderer is what you're seeing on my tablet, and then Bitwig is on my laptop. if I hit play on there, we should hear Dolby Atmos Renderer coming back. First time we play, it does take a little while. So the audio is going through the renderer. The renderer is essentially this block of channels here, and essentially even though this looks like it's going out, it's essentially this system output is my main laptop, because that's where Jack is running. So yeah, so that's pretty much how to do it. So we solo. You can hopefully see the responsiveness of it. Essentially, it's almost in real time. Obviously, the settings on the server are having to match the renderer, so it has got a 512 latency built in. But yeah, no, it's pretty solid. So yeah, any questions, leave some comments below. But yeah, that's how you do JackNet. So you kind of see JackNet as, it's basically DANTE. It's pretty much exactly the same, other than you don't need DANTE license or hardware. Literally, this is just running over two 10 quid USB Ethernet adapters on each. Well, one's plugged into the tablet as a USB-C to Ethernet adapter, and then my main laptop's got its built-in network adapter, so that's plugged into that. And it's just a cable between the two. I can probably show you the Ethernet connections. It will be, I'll go to Network and Sharing Center. Where are we going? Adapter settings. Yeah, so I've disabled my Wi-Fi because you can't have Wi-Fi and an Ethernet direct connection, but essentially all that I've done is the Ethernet connection, TCP IP v4. This laptop is got its own IP address, 192.168.1.1, and it's looking at 192.168.1.2, which is my Surface tablet, as its gateway. So it's basically saying that all the traffic from here, send it to here. You can ignore this, we're not really using DNS. And then if we look at the on the renderer machine, if I just make this a bit bigger, just so you can see that on the renderer machine, pretty much just got the opposite of that. So we've got network and internet, to settings. So I've got another Ethernet connection here, properties, TCP IP v4 properties, and so this is got not .1 but .2, so it's a unique IP address, and then this looks back at my laptop to send all the audio back again. That's pretty much how it works. But if you plug both devices into your home router, then it's essentially the same thing, other than you'll have the internet as well then. So I can't show it through the internet as well, because I'm not anywhere near my router, unfortunately. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope that's of use to some people. Okay, cheerio.